It's been a long day trading. Ooh. All right, let's talk about it. Day in a nutshell. Previous day high, previous day taken, and retracing into previous day's value. If you don't understand value, you are just chasing candles. You have to look at value. Price is always rotating in value, searching for value, looking for value, creating participation. And as you can see here, if we bring up the TPO chart, look, I love to get rid of the candles, right? I just love to get rid of the candles. And you can see here how value is rotating up, 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 right? And then we have here, we came back. Here's previous day value, right? And let's look at it. Now let's bring back the candles. And we can see that we are building value on top of previous day's value. This is strong. If we get acceptance into previous day's value, it's an auction. You have to remember that it's an auction. We will probably, because we deal with probabilities, we will probably rotate through the auction, right? We have to think about the auction as where do people feel comfortable doing the most business? As you can see here, the point of control, this is where the most business was conducted. If you had a hot dog stand and you were doing a lot of business parked out in front of a stadium, and then one day you got this great idea that you're going to go to a new location, and you went there and you weren't doing as much business, where would you move? You would move back to where you were doing previous business. And the market works a lot like that. It's always rotating, looking for value, testing value, searching for value. If the market is saying, okay, I'm going up, 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 coming here, it comes back. Am I still valuable here? Yes. Okay. I'm going to go up to get new participation, right? Am I still valuable here? Yes, right? And it's rotating in and out of value. And right now we're in an interesting time because we're just going up and we're building value up. Right? The volume is dying off a little bit, which means that we could fall and we could fall hard. But does that mean we're shorting? No. Enjoy the ride. One of the things that I was listening to my coach say today was that, this is a parabolic move. And when this is happening, opportunities are pretty limited. I did end up catching a few trades today. I was just scalping the NQ and the ES just based on this, just based on the previous day levels. So I'm going to get rid of this TPO. Here we go, right? Right now, I'm looking for a reaction to see if we find support at the previous day EQ. This is the NQ. Let's go to the ES. ES, same thing, right? Previous day high taken, and then back down to previous day EQ, right? We have some confluence down here, 7,300, a little supply demand flip, right? Come here, test, break, and then and come back here, test. We'll see if this holds. If not, we'll see what else holds, right? Let's bring up some levels here. I know I'm doing this super fast, but everybody's got the attention span of a mosquito. Actually, does a mosquito have a good attention span or a bad one? Anyways, these are just very, very, very weak levels, right? Nothing is really big until we get to this supply demand zone back here with this weekly level. I really like that level. And we do have the volume profile there. If we were to drag this volume profile over the whole course of this, yeah, we're still not even really building much value. We do have some value that's built up here. We'll look for a little reaction there at that HVN. We've got a daily level and a previous week low. This could be something to hold, maybe get us to all-time highs, or maybe we need to do a deep retrace, take out all the liquidity of all this, get into this supply demand zone of that weekly, and then continue up. It doesn't really matter. We stay patient. You get paid to wait. All right, let's move on to Bitcoin. Big Daddy Bitcoin, still, in my opinion, trading in this channel, right? And I did take a short based on this little peekaboo of this channel up here. Let me get rid of this trend line here, right? The context is up. How come that trend line won't go away? Get out of here. Remove. Yeah. Just grinding up on this parallel channel. What are we moving away from? Well, I would say that we are moving away from this massive resistance or massive support zone right here. previous value area high, boom. That's why I think we got some juice. But I don't get paid to think. I get paid to react to price. And everyone is still talking about we are in this bearish, we're in this bearish channel. And are we in a bearish channel? Yeah, yeah. Did we break out of that channel? I would say yeah. Have we been accepted into previous value? No. Well, I guess you could say so. We hit that point of control. Next stop's going to be up here, 91,000. We could fold over and go to the bottom. I am long from about 168.5, and now I am short from about 81,000. I'm going to walk you through the trade management for this trade. For that, I'm going to go to the 30-minute. And this is what I'm thinking on this trade, right? Here's my trade management. Bam. I have a take profit here at about 79,000, and then another take profit at the 618 of this, right? So maybe this comes here, boom, 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 or maybe it needs a little bit of a deeper retrace. If I pull this fixed range volume profile from the bottom to the top, that's the point of control. I mean, look at that. Point of control, 618, 77,000. Very high probability that we get a bounce right there. And, if we go lower, then I have a good short and long from the bottom. And if we keep on going down, great. Stop loss is up here about $200 above the high, right? And it is a pretty wild stop loss because I got in around 81,000. We did change low time frame market structure there, so that was good enough for me, right? The direction had changed. There was resistance. There was a reason. There was some trap traders. So I thought, you know what? I'm long from the bottom. Why not? And that's always a good feeling, is that when you see price going down, but your account balance going up, that's always a good feeling to have. Listen to the market. The candles are telling you, the candles are speaking to you. You have to understand the language. And the language is that an object in motion stays in motion. If that market structure is going up, you look for those significant pivots. And those pivots should not really be, they can be broken, but they got to dip and rip. And if you do see a significant low being taken and then the market structure change, well, then you have to think, all right, well, this is going to go down until it runs into something of equal force. So what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing previous participation here at the point of control, which is right in a golden pocket of this low and this high. So if we're paying attention to the market structure, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher low. It's going to be that until it's not, right? So we look at these significant pivots here, and if one is broken and then we do a low time frame market structure, then everything has changed. But until then, nothing has changed. We're still going up, right? You don't have an opinion. I don't get paid for opinions, and I really haven't made any money listening to anybody else's opinion. That's actually not true. The people that I listen to are clear. Hey, it could do this. It could do this. I don't know. I'm waiting for a high probability place where it could do something, and then I'm going to trade the reaction. Doesn't matter if you're low time frame, doesn't matter if you're high time frame, doesn't matter if it's Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, it doesn't matter. You just look at the language of the market, the direction of the market. You think about, what are we moving away from? If we're moving away from a significant pivot, well, then we are going to make a significant move. Right? And that significant move should keep on going up, up, up. You should see in an upwards market that open interest going up, that volume going up, that delta going up. The minute you start to see a divergence, you can start to say, okay, it's not doing a great job. It's not having the participation that it needs to continue going up. All I'm going to do is monitor it. You don't inject your money into your opinion. Trade the reaction. I heard a great thing today saying, be a groupie when it comes to price action. Don't be a lone wolf, right? Oh, everybody's long, so I'm going to short. You don't get paid in this game by thinking outside the box. You get paid by following the money. So follow the money, honey. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's it. Short and sweet today. Thursday market. Good day of trading. Legacy markets are taking a little bit of a retrace. Doesn't really matter. I mean, we are really just ripping here. Ripping, you're ripping me. It's ripping to the upside. And that's about it. Hope that helps you out and see you later. Bye.